You see, the word Antichrist does not mean against Christ. It means instead of Christ. What you are saying is, you have taken the position of Christ. You are now the Antichrist. You are actually taking Jesus and removing him from the throne and sitting yourself in there and say, wait, I know what to say. Take your place and refrain from taking God's place. See, Jesus called the Sadducees and the Pharisees insulting names. Insulting. They were bad names, very derogatory names. Jesus was so harsh at the religious pundits of the day. In fact, he called them sons of snakes. Imagine. Blind guys in Matthew 23:16. Says fools in Matthew 23:17. He called them fools. Whited sepulchres, in other words, graves full of dead men's bones and uncleanness. He called them serpents in Matthew 23:33. He said, ye generation of vipers, meaning generation of snakes. They were generations of snakes. Hypocrites in Luke 11:44. Hypocrites. He said, unmarked graves. You look at the graves, you don't even see the graves. They are unmarked. Brood of vipers. Yeast fields bigots. Notice, though that his disciples knew all these things, they knew it. They were eyewitnesses of the faults and the weaknesses of the Pharisees. They knew the Sadducees were bad. There were many times at the receiving end of these hypocrites and their hypocrisies. But when Jesus called them names, they never said a thing. They neither confirmed, nor concurred, nor said, Master, we know what you're talking about. These guys are bad. They never endorsed Jesus' insults of these religious pundits. Never. Never said a word. Not even over-opinionated Peter. He wanted to talk. Peter wanted to talk. Peter the Pope said nothing when Jesus opposed them. These religious pundits. Not even all the doubt and the carnal thoughts of Thomas came to the surface. Not even the thieving Judas rose to the occasion. He never commented. Never. Jesus would say anything insulting. Never commented. Never agreed with the master. Never said, I know. All went hush. Though they knew the character of the Pharisees. The reason is simple. Jesus is the creator of these pundits you were speaking of. He could insult them anytime. It wasn't their place. Talking against these people was not the place for them. It was above their pay grade. They were well-schooled and knew Jesus, the creator, was the only one qualified to speak against those he created. They knew this guy could make the comments, but not us. The creature can't make a comment against creatures, but the creator can. Brothers and sisters, in these perilous times, know your place. There are things your mouth should never say, even if you know you are justified, never say it. There are things only God who created these people can actually say something against them. He can judge. You stop judging. You see, the word Antichrist does not mean against Christ. It means instead of Christ. So when you judge, when you talk against your brother and your sister, what you are saying is, you have taken the position of Christ. You are now the Antichrist. You are actually taking Jesus and removing him from the throne and sitting yourself in there and say, wait, I know what to say. The disciples knew. We can't say this. The master is talking. We all know. We have seen them. These guys are hypocrites, but will not say. Now watch what the Bible says. It says, only a fool decides the matter after hearing one voice. Don't be a fool. People hear one thing and run around and say, yes, it's true. Only a fool decides the matter after hearing one voice. Take your place and refrain from taking God's place. God's position should remain intact. Don't oppose anybody. Don't fight nobody. That's not your place. The disciples knew it. And they kept, every time Jesus opposed the religious leaders of their day, they kept quiet. Hush. These pundits were well versed in the ceremonial laws of the day. And yet, they were called yeast. Said, be careful of the yeast of the Pharisees. Brood of vipers. Fools. Whited sepulchres, full of dead men's bones, blind guys, and they never added a word when Jesus was speaking. They knew their place. Just because Bishop so and so, Apostle so and so, Prophet so and so, Evangelist so and so, Teacher so and so is opposing another man of God, it doesn't mean to say you also add to what he's saying. That's not your position. You are never created to do that. You are only created to take your place. Know your position and know your place. These are the end of days. You don't want to be on the wrong side of God. And that's a lesson. Learn it, take it. Listen to me. Take notes, don't hate. Now, so when you realize what you are, you build a certain character by fasting. That every miracle you desire is there. These guys were with the master every time they had learned it. You don't speak like this. Why? You are a person of prayer. They saw Jesus pray. They saw John's disciples pray. They came and said, "I'll teach us how to pray now." Why? They knew something is being obtained. Notice, they had seen Jesus walk on water. What's this? Yet they never came and said, "God, can you give us a session on walking on water?" They never. They saw him resurrect the dead. They never said, "Master, what about resurrecting the dead?" They never. They saw Jesus changing water into wine, from bath water to wine, tasting like wine. They never said, "What about this thing of changing this into alcohol?" Never. But one lesson they asked, "Lord, teach us how to pray." And Jesus said, "By prayer and fasting." They knew the combination. They had gotten half of it. They'd already tested fasting. So they wanted another edition so these two can be one. He said, "Give us a lesson." Then he said, "When you pray, say." He never said, come on. What are you talking about? Who told you? He knew you are getting the lesson now. Said, "When you pray, say." All this time, like, "What do you want? Increase our faith." He said, no, that's not my duty. That's the book of Luke. He said, "That's not my duty. If you have a servant, he starts giving them a long lesson." But when he came to prayer, he said, "When you pray, say."